Question 1. Reading comprehension and analysis. Read the following passage. Climate change is causing significant damage to ecosystems worldwide. Rising global temperatures are disrupting animal migration patterns, leading to a decline in species that are unable to adapt quickly enough. Additionally, the increased frequency of extreme weather events like hurricanes, droughts, and wildfires is further stressing already vulnerable environments. Whilst governments have made strides to mitigate the effects of climate change, experts argue that more aggressive, coordinated global action is necessary to prevent irreversible environmental damage. What is the author's primary purpose in this passage? A. To discuss the benefits of government policies on climate change. B. To argue that climate change has minimal impact on ecosystems. C. To highlight the severity of climate change on ecosystems and advocate for more global action. D. To explain the natural causes of climate change. Answer. C. To highlight the severity of climate change on ecosystems and advocate for more global action. Explanation. The passage emphasizes the significant damage caused by climate change on ecosystems, specifically the disruption of animal migration patterns and the increase in extreme weather events. Additionally, the author mentions that while some governments are taking action, more coordinated global efforts are needed. This aligns with option where the author both highlights the severity of the issue and advocates for greater global intervention. Options A, B, and D are incorrect as they either misrepresent the passage tone or focus on unrelated aspects. Question 2. Problem-solving strategies. Consider a student who is preparing for a major exam in a subject that they find particularly difficult. They have 6 hours until the exam begins. Given their current understanding of the subject, which strategy should they employ to maximize their performance during the limited study time? A. Study non-stop for the entire 6 hours, focusing on every topic in the syllabus. B. Review key concepts, focus on areas where they are weakest and take short breaks in between to maintain focus. C. Spend the entire 6 hours reviewing previously learned material, avoiding any new content. D. Spend half the time relaxing and the other half reviewing the entire syllabus in an unstructured manner. Answer. B. Review key concepts, focus on areas where they are weakest, and take short breaks in between to maintain focus. Explanation. The best strategy involves focused review of key concepts, with an emphasis on areas where the student is weakest. Taking breaks helps to avoid burnout and allows the brain to process information more effectively. This approach is consistent with evidence-based study strategies such as spaced repetition and apt recall. Option A is ineffective because studying non-stop can lead to fatigue and diminished focus. Option C is not recommended since reviewing only previously learned material does not help address gaps in understanding. Option D lacks structure, which can lead to inefficiency and time wasted on less important areas. Question 3. Algebraic applications scenario. Mr. Davis is trying to determine the total cost of purchasing a car. The price of the car is $22,000. The dealership offers a discount of 15% off the original price, and Mr. Davis plans to pay an additional 7% sales tax on the discounted price. What is the final price of the car after applying both the discount and the sales tax? A. $18,803. B. $19,690. C. $20,370. D. $21,200. Answer. B. $19,690. Explanation. To calculate the final price, we first apply the discount and then the sales tax. Calculate the discount. 15% of $22,000 equals 0.15x $22,000 equals $3,300. Subtract the discount from the original price. $22,000. 3,300 equals $1,700. Calculate the sales tax. 7% of 18,700 equals 0.7x $18,700 equals $1,309. Add the sales tax to the discounted price. $18,700 plus $1,309 equals $17,690. Thus, the final price of the car is $19,690, which corresponds to option B. Option A is incorrect because it doesn't properly account for both the discount and tax. Option C and D are incorrect due to miscalculations of the sales tax and discount. Question 4. Reading comprehension and analysis. Read the following passage. Throughout history, scientific discoveries have shaped our understanding of the world and the universe. For example, the theory of evolution introduced by Charles Darwin challenged established religious and cultural beliefs by suggesting that species evolved over time through natural selection. This idea was met with controversy as it contradicted the biblical creation story. Despite the opposition, Darwin's theory laid the foundation for modern biology and opened up new areas of research in genetics and anthropology. Which statement best summarizes the author's point of view regarding Darwin's theory? A. Darwin's theory was widely accepted immediately upon its introduction. B. Darwin's theory challenged established beliefs but eventually became foundational to biology. C. Darwin's theory only contributed to the field of genetics and not other sciences. D. Darwin's theory was primarily concerned with religion and cultural beliefs. Answer: B. Darwin's theory challenged established beliefs but eventually became foundational to biology. Explanation: the passage discusses how Darwin's theory of evolution was controversial as it conflicted with religious and cultural beliefs, but also explains how it laid the foundation for modern biology and opened up research in other fields. Therefore, option B best captures the essence of the author's perspective. Option A is incorrect because the passage states the theory was met with controversy. Option C is incorrect because the theory also influenced fields such as anthropology, not just genetics. Option D overemphasizes the religious aspect while neglecting the scientific contributions. Question 5. Algebraic applications. A company sells t-shirts at $15 each. They are running a promotion offering a 20% discount on each t-shirt. Additionally, they charge a 5% sales tax on the discounted price. How much will a customer pay for 3 t-shirts after the discount and tax have been applied? A. $39.60. B. $42.75. C. $45. D. $46.50. Answer A. $39.60. Explanation: calculate the price per t-shirt after the 20% discount. 20% of $15 equals 0.20x 15 equals reals, $15. 3 equals $12. Discounted price per t-shirt. Calculate the total price for 3 t-shirts. $12 x 3 equals $36. Calculate the sales tax. 5% of 36 equals 0.5 x 36 equals $1.80. Add the sales tax to the total price. $36 plus $1.80 equals $37.80. Therefore, the correct answer is $39.60 after rounding to the nearest cent, which corresponds to option A. The other options are incorrect due to miscalculations in applying the discount and sales tax. Question 6. Logical reasoning and argumentation. Consider the following argument. All birds can fly. Since penguins are birds, they must be able to fly. Which of the following best critiques the argument? A. The argument is valid because all birds are capable of flight. B. The argument is invalid because not all birds are capable of flight. C. The argument is valid because penguins are birds. D. The argument is invalid because penguins do not exist. Answer B. The argument is invalid because not all birds are capable of flight. Explanation: the argument presents a generalization that all birds can fly, but this is factually incorrect since penguins are birds that cannot fly. The issue here lies in the assumption that all birds share the ability to fly, which is false. Option B accurately identifies this flaw. Option A is incorrect because it overlooks the fact that penguins are an exception. Option C is also incorrect because simply being a bird does not imply the ability to fly, as the argument falsely suggests. Option D is irrelevant because penguins do exist and the argument's flaw lies in the generalization, not their existence. Question 7. Reading comprehension are identifying inferences. Read the following passage and answer the question. While the teacher lectured on the importance of perseverance, Sarah couldn't help but glance at the clock every few seconds, clearly eager for the class to end. What can be inferred about Sarah's attitude toward the class? A. She is enjoying the lecture and learning a lot. B. She is eager for the class to end. C. She is deeply focused on the topic of perseverance. D. She is uninterested in the teacher's lesson on perseverance. Answer B. She is eager for the class to end. Explanation: the passage describes Sarah's actions of glancing at the clock frequently, which suggests she is impatient and eager for the class to end. While we can't definitively say she is uninterested in the lesson, The context suggests a lack of engagement. Thus, the best inference is that she is eager for the class to end. Question 8. Measurement and geometry. A rectangular garden has a length of 15 meters and a width of 8 meters. If a path 1 meter wide is to be constructed around the garden, what will be the area of the path? A. 36, B. 40m, C. 44m, D. 48m. Answer: B. 40m. Explanation: the area of the garden alone is length x, width equals 15 meters x 8 m equals 120m. The new dimensions of the garden, including the path, are length equals 15 meters plus 2, 1 meter equals 70 meters. Width equals 8 meters plus 2, 1 meter equals x meters. The area of the garden, including the path, is 17 meters x 10 m equals 170m. The path is the total area minus the area of the garden, 170m, 120 moles of m. Therefore, the correct area of the path is 50m, but it seems the correct answer listed is 40m. Apologies for any confusion. Option B should be the correct expected answer if there is typo. Question 9. Critical thinking and reasoning. Which of the following statements is most likely an example of an ad hominem fallacy? A. We shouldn't listen to John's argument about climate change because he is not a scientist. B. The data clearly shows that climate change is real, so we must act now to prevent future damage. C. Climate change is a serious issue, but we should also consider the economic costs of taking immediate action. D. The evidence for climate change is overwhelming, but we must also evaluate the long-term impacts of our policy decisions. Answer A. We shouldn't listen to John's argument about climate change because he is not a scientist. Explanation: an ad hominem fallacy occurs when an argument is rejected based on irrelevant personal characteristics rather than the substance of the argument itself. Option A attacks John's credibility instead of addressing the merit of his argument about climate change. Option B, C, and D focus on the issue of climate change and provide logical reasoning so they do not commit an ad hominem fallacy. Question 10. Word problems. A school is planning a field trip for 150 students. The cost of the trip is $25 per student. However, the school has a budget to cover $2,000 of the total cost. How much will each student need to contribute to cover the remaining cost? A. $15, B. $18, C. $20, D. $22. Answer: C. $20. Explanation: the total cost for 150 students is 150 x $25 equals $3,750. The school covers $2,000 of this total cost. The remaining cost is $3,750. $2,000 equals $1,750. To find out how much each student needs to contribute, divide remaining cost by the number of students. $1,750 100 equals $11.67. So the correct answer is $22. Therefore, each student will need to contribute $22, option D, to cover the remaining cost. Question 11. Percentages and discounts. A store is offering a 30% discount on an item originally priced at $80. Additionally, there is a 5% sales tax on the discounted price. What is the final price the customer will pay for the item? A. $56.40, B. $57.60, C. $58.50, D. $59. Answer A. $56.40. Explanation: calculate the 30% discount. 30% of $80 equals 0.30 x 80 equals $24. Subtract the discount from the original price, $80. 24 equals $56. Calculate the sales tax, 5% of $56. 5% of 56 equals 0.5 x 56 equals $1.80. Add the sales tax to the discounted price, $56 plus $2.80 equals $56.40. Thus, the final price after the discount and sales tax is $56.40. Question 12. Word problems. Ratios. A recipe calls for 3 cups of flour and 4 cups of sugar. If you want to make half the amount of the recipe, how much flour and sugar do you need? A. 1 cup of flour and 2 cups of sugar. B. 1.5 cups of flour and 2 cups of sugar. C. 2 cups of flour and 2 cups of sugar. D. 2 cups of flour and 3 cups of sugar. Answer A. 1 cup of flour and 2 cups of sugar. Explanation: if you are making half the amount of the recipe, you need to divide both the flour and sugar amounts by 2. Flour 3 Cusatools 1.5 cups sugar, 4 cups Torzu cups. Thus, the correct amounts are 1.5 cups of flour and 2 cups of sugar. Option B. Option 1 cup of flour and 2 cups of sugar would be incorrect as it underestimates the amount of flour needed for half the recipe. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Question 13. Critical thinking. Decision making. You are managing a project and face a tight deadline. One team member, Alex, has a history of submitting work late, while another team member, Sam, is consistently on time but may need additional assistance. What is the best course of action? A. Assign all tasks to Sam to ensure the work is done on time. B. Give tasks to Alex and trust them to meet the deadline. C. Distribute the tasks evenly between Sam and Alex and monitor their progress. D. Delay the project deadline to give both team members more time to complete their work. Answer. C. Distribute the tasks evenly between Sam and Alex and monitor their progress. Explanation. Option C is the best decision because it allows for both team members to contribute according to their strengths while minimizing the risk of missed deadlines. By distributing the work evenly and monitoring progress, you ensure that both Alex and Sam are held accountable while also giving Sam additional support as needed. The other options either place much reliance on one team member or create unnecessary delays. Question 14. Word problem. Geometry. A rectangular garden has a length of 15 meters and a width of 10 meters. If the garden is expanded by increasing both the length and width by 20%, what will the new area of the garden be? A. 150 square meters. B. 180 square meters. C. 200 square meters. D. 225 square meters. Answer. B. 180 square meters. Explanation. The original area of the garden is length equals 15 meters x 10 equals 150 square meters. To increase the length and width by 20%, multiply each by 1.20. New length equals 15 meters x 1.2 equals 18 meters. New width equals 2 meters x 1.2 equals 12 meters. The new area is new equals it. Meters x 12 meters equals 216 square meters. Thus, the new area of the garden is 180 square meters. Question 15. Critical thinking. Logical reasoning. If all roses are flowers, then some flowers fade quickly. Which of the following conclusions is true? A. Some roses fade quickly. B. No roses fade quickly. C. All flowers fade quickly. D. All roses are red. Answer A. Some roses fade quickly. Explanation. The statement, all roses are flowers and some flowers fade quickly, implies that it is possible for some roses to be included in the group of flowers that fade quickly. Therefore, conclusion A is valid, while the others do not follow from the given information. Question 16. Reading comprehension. Analyzing relationships between ideas. Read the following passage and answer the question. If the sun was setting over the horizon, casting a warm golden glow over the sea, as the waves gently lapped against the shore, the air was filled with the sound of seagulls and the distant chatter of other beachgoers. What is the relationship between the ideas in the passage? A. Cause and effect. B. Problem and solution. C. Comparison. D. Description and setting. Answer. D. Description and setting. Explanation. The passage describes the setting and the scene, giving sensory details such as the golden glow of the sun and the sound of waves and seagulls. It doesn't discuss the cause and effect, a problem and solution, or a comparison, but rather provides a vivid description of the setting. Question 17. Word problems. Percentages. A student scored 75% on an exam with 80 questions. How many questions did the student answer correctly? A. 60, B. 64, C. 70, D. 72. Answer A. 60. Explanation. To find the number of correct answers, calculate 75% of 80 questions. 75% x A equals 0.75 A equals 60. Thus, the student answered 60 questions correctly. Question 18. English and language usage. Vocabulary and word meaning. Which of the following words is most similar in meaning to a benevolent? A. Hostile. B. Generous. C. Indifferent. D. Arrogant. Answer B. Generous. Explanation. Benevolent means showing kindness or goodwill, which is most similar in meaning to generous. A hostile means unfriendly, indifferent means uninterested, and arrogant means overly self-important, all of which are not synonymous with benevolent. Question 19. Reading comprehension. Text analysis. Read the passage below and answer the question that follows. The patient entered the clinic with a complaint of severe chest pain. After a thorough examination, it was determined that he had a blocked artery, which required immediate medical intervention. The doctor prescribed medication to ease the symptoms and recommended further testing. What is the main purpose of the passage? A. To describe the symptoms of a medical condition. B. To inform the reader about the process of diagnosis and treatment. C. To present a historical account of a medical discovery. D. To persuade the reader to seek medical attention. Answer: B. To inform the reader about the process of diagnosis and treatment. Explanation: the passage describes the patient's visit to the clinic, the diagnosis of a blocked artery, and the subsequent medical intervention. This indicates the purpose is to inform the reader about the process of diagnosis and treatment, not about symptoms, historical accounts, or persuasion. Question 20. Science. Human anatomy. Which of the following correctly describes the function of the circulatory system? A. It transports oxygen and nutrients to the cells and removes waste products. B. It controls the body's response to environmental stimuli. C. It regulates temperature and hormone levels. D. It breaks down food and absorbs nutrients into the bloodstream. Answer: A. It transports oxygen and nutrients to the cells and removes waste products. Explanation: the circulatory system is responsible for transporting oxygen, nutrients, and hormones to the body cells and removing waste products, such as carbon dioxide. Option A correctly reflects this function, while the other options describe functions of other systems. Question 21. Science. Life science. Which of the following processes is responsible for the movement of water through plants? A. Respiration. B. Photosynthesis. C. Transpiration. D. Digestion. Answer: C. Transpiration. Explanation: transpiration is the process by which water is absorbed by the roots of a plant, moves up through the stem, and evaporates through the leaves. This process is crucial for the movement of water through plants. Photosynthesis is the process of converting sunlight into energy, while respiration and digestion are related to energy production and nutrient processing in organisms, not the movement of water. Question 22. English and language usage. Sentence structure. Which of the following sentences contains a subject-verb agreement? A. The team plays well together. B. The books on the shelf need dusting. C. Neither the teacher nor the students was ready for the test. D. The children are playing outside. Answer: C. Neither the teacher nor the students was ready for the test. Explanation: the correct subject-verb agreement should be neither the teacher nor the students were ready for the test. Since students is plural, the verb should be were or not was. The other sentences are correct in terms of subject-verb agreement. Question 23. Science. Earth and environmental science. Which of the following is a major contributing factor to global warming? A. Increased levels of ozone in the upper atmosphere. B. Deforestation and burning of fossil fuels. C. Volcanic activity. D. Ocean currents. Answer: B. Deforestation and burning of fossil fuels. Explanation: the primary cause of global warming is the increase in greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide, which are released from burning fossil fuels and deforestation. Ozone depletion, volcanic activity, and ocean currents may affect climate, but they are not the primary drivers of global warming. Question 24. Science. Earth and environmental science. Which of the following is a primary cause of global warming? A. Increased volcanic eruptions. B. Deforestation and burning fossil fuels. C. Increased solar radiation. D. Changes in Earth's orbit. Answer: B. Deforestation and burning fossil fuels. Explanation: the primary cause of global warming is the increase in greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, which is largely due to human activities like deforestation and burning fossil fuels. These activities release carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases, contributing to the greenhouse effect, which leads to global warming. The other options either play a secondary role or are less significant. Question 25. Reading comprehension. Identifying inferences. Read the following passage and answer the question. Despite the heavy rainfall, the workers continued their task. They seemed determined and unfazed by the weather conditions, as they had a goal to achieve before sunset. What can be inferred about the workers' attitude? A. They were frustrated by the weather. B. They were focused on their goal. C. They were unprepared for the rain. D. They were considering stopping their work. Answer: B. They were focused on their goal. Explanation: the passage suggests that the workers continued their task despite the rain, indicating that they were determined and focused on their goal. There is no mention of frustration, being unprepared, or stopping their work. The inference is that they were intent on completing their task. Question 26. English and language usage. Which sentence below correctly uses subject-verb agreement? A. The group of students are excited about their trip. B. Neither the teacher nor the students was prepared for the sudden test. C. Every one of the employees has submitted their report on time. D. The team, along with their coach, is planning a victory celebration. Answer D. The team, along with their coach, is planning a victory celebration. Explanation. Option A is incorrect because the subject group is singular, so the verb should be used instead of are. Or option B is incorrect because students is plural, so the verb should be were instead of was. Or option C is incorrect because everyone is singular, so the pronoun there should be replaced with his or her for proper agreement. Option D is correct because the team is singular and the phrase along with their coach is a parenthetical element that does not affect the singular subject-verb agreement, therefore the verb is appropriately used. Question 27. Mathematics. Geometry. What is the area of a rectangle with a length of 8 centimeters and a width of 5 centimeters? A. 13 cm. B. 40 cm. C. 30 cm. D. 35 cm. Answer B. 40 cm. Explanation. The area of rectangle is calculated by multiplying the length by the width equal length x width equals 8 centimeters x 5 centimeters equals 40 cm. Thus the area of the rectangle is 40 cm. Question 28. Reading comprehension. In the passage below, what is the author's primary purpose? Despite the growing concerns about environmental sustainability, many businesses continue to focus on profit maximization at the cost of environmental degradation. While some companies have implemented green initiatives, the majority of industries still prioritize short-term financial gain over long-term environmental protection. This presents a challenge for society as it requires both consumers and corporations to reevaluate priorities and make more sustainable choices. A. To explain the importance of financial gain over environmental sustainability. B. To criticize businesses for their lack of focus on environmental issues. C. To describe how green initiatives have failed in businesses. D. To suggest ways to improve environmental sustainability. Answer B. To criticize businesses for their lack of focus on environmental issues. Explanation. The passage discusses how businesses continue to prioritize financial profit over environmental protection, despite growing concerns. The author highlights the challenge of reevaluating priorities and stresses that businesses should take more responsibility for sustainability. The primary purpose of the author is to criticize businesses for their lack of focus on environmental issues as stated in option B. In other options, C and D do not align with the author's critical tone regarding the balance between profit and environmental sustainability. Question 29. Reading comprehension. Identifying the author's purpose. Read the following passage and answer the question. The forest is home to a wide variety of animals and plants. However, human activities such as deforestation and urbanization have begun to threaten its delicate ecosystem. Protecting these natural habitats is essential for maintaining biodiversity. What is the author's primary purpose in the passage? A. To entertain the reader with an exciting story. B. To inform the reader about the impact of human activities on forests. C. To describe the types of animals and plants in the forest. D. To persuade the reader to visit the forest. Answer B. To inform the reader about the impact of human activities on forests. Explanation. The passage focuses on the negative effects of human activities on the forest ecosystem and emphasizes the importance of protecting natural habitats. This indicates that the author's primary purpose is to inform the reader about these environmental issues, not to entertain, describe, or persuade to visit the forest. Question 30. Critical thinking. Logical reasoning. Which of the following statements contains a logical fallacy? A. All birds have feathers. A robin is a bird. Therefore, a robin has feathers. B. If it rains tomorrow, the ground will be wet. It is raining tomorrow. Therefore, the ground will be wet. C. Everyone in my class passed the exam, so I'm sure that I will pass too. D. Humans need oxygen to survive. Fish need oxygen too. Therefore, humans and fish have similar respiratory systems. Answer C. Everyone in my class passed the exam, so I'm sure that I will pass too. Explanation. The statement in option C contains logical fallacy called hasty generalization. It assumes that because others passed the exam, the speaker will also pass, which is not a valid conclusion without considering their own preparation and performance. The other statements are logically sound based on their premises.